Barrel is not handicap friendly at all. Going to the store, it is, if you've ever been in the Cracker Barrel, the aisles are narrow, so if you were in a wheelchair or crutches or had any other equipment, you cannot get through. You can barely get a person through the aisles. So plus Cracker Barrel is a very popular restaurant, so it is crowded, on top of it having like no room to move around, getting away from people. So then you have to wait and you can't get away from people, and it's just not I hate the word. It's not accessible to the handicapped. And then, so when we finally did get seated after standing for, well, even before we got seated, they're standing in the ridiculous line in the crowd. There's no place to sit, so my legs were going numb, and since I already have mobility problems, I can't really stand on myself. So if I have Quinn in a down on the floor, there's nothing for me to really lean on. So then they have like all the tables and stuff and displays, and even that is, all those they have so much stuff, and there's not enough room for it, so I have no place to even really rest. And then they offered to have us wait in the dining area for a table and stand in front of the fireplace, but the heat on me is not good, and plus I don't know, the smoke, it makes my asthma in my lungs really bad. So that was not an option. So our option was to stand pretty much in the corner, and it was terrible. I went into a panic attack. I was shaking, pulling my hair out because I was so freaking terrified. It was really bad. And then when we finally did get seated, and I just, after crying forever it seemed, and standing forever when we were getting seated, well, then the tables they're meant to look pretty and old and majestic, I don't know, but they have underneath it, they don't have any leg space. So how a normal table, they have 4 legs, this doesn't really have that. There's pretty much like no space for a service dog to go under the table, and so basically I had to pretty much sit her like between my legs and the chair, and there was no room for her or I, so she was like sticking out in the aisleway a little bit, and it's not handicap friendly. And if you're planning on going there, I suggest not, and because there is just no way. It's a crowded place, and there's just no good way of doing it, and they were just so unhelpful. And I mean, getting through the aisles is just impossible, and it was just the most ridiculous situation I've ever been in.
Hensley, cardio 2, Peggy, cardio 2. You're next on the list to be seated. Hensley next, and then Peggy.
Have you guys put your name in yet?
Hi, how many?
Just 2.
Name?
Olivia. Olivia, I'm Around. Go in. She can't go in. Down. Let's go. Stay close. Just get The lobby is just as bad.
Uh-oh, sweetheart, sorry.